Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shot Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Tuesday, December 27th, 2022. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can always find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. By request, I'm wearing the Santa hat again as we ended the college hoops first half of the season on a heater before Christmas break, so we're going to keep it on until further notice. Here we go. Here are the games for Tuesday in college basketball. First up, it's Seton Hall and Marquette. This one's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox Sports 1. Probably the most anticipated game on the board for Tuesday. But when you look at Marquette, they're 9-4 this season, 1-1 in conference play. Coming off an overtime loss to Providence. It was a double overtime game on the road, 103-98. It's a great game to watch, but really not a bad loss for Marquette. They really don't have a bad loss this season. You look at their 4 losses to Purdue on the road by 5 points. They covered the number in that game. A neutral site loss to Mississippi State by only 3. You lose in overtime by 3 to Wisconsin. And like I just mentioned, the double OT loss on the road at Providence. So, Marquette's in good form right now, while Seton Hall, not the same can be said for them, as they're 7-6 this season, 0-2 in conference play, on a 2-game losing streak, losing to Providence and Xavier to start Big East play. And this offense, even though it's a very experienced team, it's ranked 25th in the nation in D1 experience, the shooters are just not having a great start to the year. I do think that the numbers are going to get sharper as we continue. It's a Seton Hall team that does a good job on the offensive glass. They get to the free throw line a ton, but they're ranked 305th in the nation in three-point shooting and 258th in effective field goal percentage. They also have big issues turning the ball over. You're just not going to win consistently in the Big East Conference, which has turned into a little bit more of a high-scoring conference over the last few seasons if you're shooting that poorly and if your offense is not generating a lot of scoring opportunities. But, against a Marquette defense, it's not necessarily the best this season, I'd say. They're ranked 62nd in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency. A good team in terms of forcing turnovers, but not a great defensive rebounding team. I do think Seton Hall, like I mentioned, good offensive rebounding team, can take advantage of that. So I think Seton Hall is going to be able to have some scoring opportunities, but I think Marquette's offense is just too much right now. And even though Seton Hall's defense is off to a good start this year, Marquette, 17th ranked in adjusted offensive efficiency, a very good shooting team. They're ranked 4th in the nation in 2-point field goal percentage. We see a very steep total for this game. Even it's at 141. And, conference games, you don't see a lot of totals above 140, but I think it's for good reason. I'm going to take the over in the Seton Hall-Marquette game. I think Seton Hall's offense opens up a little bit, but I do think Marquette's offense has a field day. Give me the over. Next up, it's Jacksonville and Notre Dame. This one's going to be 7 o'clock Eastern on the ACC network. Jacksonville's off to a great start this season, 7-3. They played some really tough matchups on the road. You look at their strength of schedules, ranked 32nd in the nation. They played a lot of road games, a game against Duke on the road, UAB, UNC Wilmington. They played Campbell away from home, VCU, and they actually beat VCU outright by 11 points. So the Dolphins are not going to be really intimidated in this matchup at all, but I do think Notre Dame is the better side here, and I think their offense is going to steal the day overall, ranked 33rd in the nation in adjusted offensive efficiency, a very good shooting team, takes care of the basketball. They're a very experienced team as well. They're also, even though their defense has not been good this season overall, I do like the fact that they don't take many fouls defensively. They're a pretty good perimeter defense, and Notre Dame is good on the defensive glass. Jacksonville usually has an advantage with their front court, but this season the rebounding numbers haven't been great for the Dolphins, ranked 271st in offensive rebounding percentage, 244th in defensive. And yes, they're all back-to-back wins, and they covered their last game against Louisiana Monroe, 66-55 final score. But I do think Notre Dame is going to be a tough matchup for them. I just don't like this matchup for the Dolphins in this game, so I'm going to take Notre Dame here and lay the points. I think they take care of business in this one. Next up, it's Northwestern State taking on Texas A&M. This one's going to be 7 o'clock Eastern on the SEC Network. I think we're going to see plenty of scoring from both of these teams. You look at Texas A&M, this offense is pretty good this season, ranked 41st in the country in adjusted offensive efficiency, a good rebounding team that gets to the free throw line a ton. Not even the best start to the year shooting-wise, but still an offense that's putting up a good amount of points. And now they're playing a Northwestern State team that's ranked 303 in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency, not very good on the defensive glass, and I do think Texas A&M is going to be able to score 80-plus points in this game. But I think Northwestern State's offense is also going to show up here. They've got a pretty talented scorer in DeMarcus Sharp on the roster, who put up 30-plus against Stephen F. Austin. He's shooting 56% from 3 this year, even though he doesn't take a ton of three-point attempts. A very talented playmaker, good mid-range shooter, and overall, Northwestern State's ranked 34th in the country in turnover percentage on offense, so they take care of the basketball. They're a good offensive rebounding team. Got plenty of perimeter shooting options, including guys like Isaac Haney, who is shooting overall 29% from three, but takes a lot of three-point shots, a lot of mid-range jumpers as well. I think he'll have success in this matchup. I expect a lot of points from both teams, so give me the over in this Northwestern State Texas A&M ball game. Next up, it's South Carolina State taking on Texas Tech. This one's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern start time on ESPN+. Texas Tech is laying 28 points in this game. Totals at 148. I do think Texas Tech's going to win this game and win it comfortably, but 28 points is too many for me. You look at South Carolina State, this is a team that, although they don't have much success, they're only 2-12 overall. They played a very tough schedule mixed in with some mid-major schools and some tough Power 5 schools. They already played Kentucky on the road, Wake Forest. They played Furman, Winthrop. Duquesne's another solid team this season. They played and beat East Carolina and Samford. They played against Longwood. So, a really tough schedule. Now you're playing Texas Tech. Very, very good defense, but I do think Texas Tech's offense a little bit overrated so far this year. It's been benefiting from a very good start to the season shooting the basketball, but we know Texas Tech not necessarily known for being a great shooting team. They rely on that defense, and right now they're ranked 18th in the nation in effective field goal percentage. Last year, this was a team ranked 63rd, so I do think there's a little bit of regression to worry about for the Texas Tech offense. And for South Carolina State's offense, even though this team has lost a couple of big games, big blowout losses, teams like Kentucky 106-63, this South Carolina State offense has scored at least 60 points in every single game this season, no matter the opponent. So, yes, their defense is not good at all, but the offense shows up a good amount of times this season, and they've scored plenty of opportunities where they've had 70-plus points in these games as well. So I think we see South Carolina State do just enough offensively to cover this big, big number in the end. Give me the points here, the 28 points with South Carolina State. And the final game we're going to go over for Tuesday's college basketball card, it's Texas A&M Commerce taking on Texas. So a lot of Texas teams in action on Tuesday. You got Texas, Texas A&M Commerce, Texas Tech. Here we go with this matchup. Texas is laying 28 points again. So we just saw the Red Raiders laying 28. Now the Longhorns laying 28. Total is at 140. This time, I'm going to take the favorite. I'm going to take Texas Longhorns and lay the points. I just don't love this Texas A&M Commerce team. They're ranked 289th in adjusted offensive efficiency, 282nd in defensive efficiency. I think those numbers are actually pretty generous. I think we're going to see some negative regression for Texas A&M Commerce as the season continues. A team that's not very good from three, doesn't get to the free throw line much at all, but they've benefited from being ranked 26th in the country in two-point field goal percentage. But against this Texas defense, I don't think that's going to be the case. A very good Longhorns defense, ranked 6th in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency, forces plenty of turnovers, good enough on the defensive glass. I think Texas wins this game going away. Give me the Longhorns laying the boatload of points to end the night. And that's it. Those are the games in college basketball for Tuesday. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.